Todd, what's your favorite whiskey so far 2021? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, welcome back to 1090. I am Andy. This is Todd.
Ooh.
And tonight we decided, you know what? 2021 has been already a fantastic year for some of the bourbons that have been released this calendar year. We've reviewed quite a bit of them. We're halfway through. It's July, and we figured why not bring in our top whiskeys, and that is bourbons, ryes, and American whiskeys. We're not doing Scotch.
Yeah.
Of the year so far.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you our 6 that have cracked the probably the best of the best that we've had so far.
There's a lot out there.
Well, a little honorable mention here or there.
Yeah.
And then come December, we'll give you our top 10 of what made the best of list from 1 to 10, because we know there is more to come. So we're quite excited about that. But without further ado,
Let's get started.
we're going to get started.
All right, so we've had a lot, Andy. We're going to do 6 spotlight, but what are some honorable mentions that you can think of that we've had that almost made this list?
So the ones that come to mind immediately are, one, the Jefferson's cognac finish. Thought that was a really good pour.
It got better after you opened it.
It did.
Too.
As it opened up, I think it even got better after we let that sit for a little bit.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Agreed.
The other ones are both releases from Stellum. Their rye and their bourbon.
Yeah.
These are, the barrel offshoots that they kind of skimped on the marketing a little bit, just to bring you. That was the whole goal. And I gotta tell you, both of them fantastic pours. Just missed our top 6.
Yes.
But speaking of, let's go to number 6 now.
Andy. Viva Las Vegas, baby. I love this whiskey. It is Smoke Wagon. It's uncut. It's batch number 54. Bottled in April of 2021. You know, I don't know what to say. Everyone's trying to get their hands on this. It's super good.
So I thought about this initially. The hype that came with Smoke Wagon was like, is it really that good? It's MGP juice, and they say they age in the desert. Big deal. Let's see what it's like. It's worth every penny. Really, really good. Love everything they do. In fact, their single barrel is fantastic as well.
It is, yeah.
But the uncut, unfiltered is just a notch above the rest. Really, really good. Bold flavors.
Beautiful.
You get a lot of that heat, spice, and I think those extreme temperate conditions that you get when they're aging out in the Nevada desert have made a really unique, cool flavor profile. Yep. And quite frankly, the bottle's cool. The theme is cool. It's like, what would Bon Jovi drink when he's doing the Dead or Alive video? Like this is it. Like this is like really
very good,
really cool, right?
Yeah.
So number 6, Smoke Wagon. All right, coming in at number 5, a bit of a unicorn, but a fantastic pour nonetheless. 4-Gate Straight Rye Whiskey. Todd, tell us a little bit about this gem.
Yeah, this is the Bill Staub from 4-Gate. They blend this 95.5 juice that we all know and love. It is super good. And the cool thing about this is the base. They released it last year, 7 years. It's 8 years now. They wanted everybody to try this base because they're planning on finishing this rye whiskey a bunch of different ways over the next 18 months. It's cool to get that flavor profile, and this is a rye bomb.
Loved it. I mean, dill, anise.
Yep.
You get a little bit of cinnamon. You get some spice, some heat. Nice long finish. Beautiful pour. 4-Gate. Well done.
Beautiful.
So, number 4 coming up.
All right, Andy. Number 4 was interesting because there was a lot of debate of whether or not the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B521 at the lower proof was really worthy of the name Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. We loved it though.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because it was getting to the point where there was consistency. We appreciated the consistency amongst all the pours of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs. High proofs, they come in, they kick you in the tail. We love it. But you know what? What was it like if we dialed it down just a notch? Could you still get all those flavors out of it?
I mean,
and I got to tell you, just a tad bit of an easier sipper, but it still carries all those beautiful flavors that you come to expect from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. None of them are poor. Some are better than others. This happens to be one of those ones that I think was better than others. Two camps, love it or you don't love it.
We loved it.
We loved it. Number 4 right there.
It, get it.
Pick up 2. That good. Seagrass and the boys said this one's up.
Well, Seagrass, Andy from Barrow, we absolutely loved. Whether it was last year with the Armida and Dovetail, and this year with Seagrass, the flavor profile of this finished whiskey is just.
This is just, it's so funny. So you read the description. You've got the Martinique rum, the Madeira finish, and then the apricot brandy barrels. And so, what does that play like in a rye? You smell this. The first thing you get is cotton candy. It's like you're transported to some sort of like little carnival or fair when you grew up. I mean, it's amazing. Like all those scents come flying at you, and then you taste it, and the palate matches the nose on this, which is absolutely beautiful. You do get the rye a little bit, but all those other finishes just they really shine. Barrow's like the masters of being able to like play well with like finishing, and this is one of the best by far that I've tried from Barrow. Absolutely gorgeous pour.
And you can still find it. It's still out on shelves.
It's accessible, yeah.
It's accessible.
It's worth it. You should be able to find it, and if you can get it for
$95.
Get it for MSRP anywhere between $80 and $90. Pick it up, because I gotta tell you, if you want to go to the fair this summer, here it is, fair in a bottle.
I like that.
So here we are at number 2, and you may be wondering, why is this unopened? Well, I will tell you why. Because not too long ago, we reviewed this, and there was this much left in it, and I said, boy, I hope I find another one, because I need to save this. Well, I didn't save it, because it's gone. So now I need to open this guy. I gotta tell you, number 1 is fantastic, because the fact that this isn't number 1 means number 1 has blown us away, because this is one of the greatest pours I have had in a long time. The only way we described this was, imagine your perfect bourbon on steroids, because that's everything. All your classic, typical bourbon notes came through on the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection. It was batch 1 that came out this year, batch 2 yet to be released. We'll see if that cracks the top 10 too. But it also came in at the highest proof yet, 128.3.
It is
and
kicker.
It's gorgeous from start to finish, from the viscosity to the flavor profile to the nose.
Sweet, spicy.
Everything about this just screams bourbon perfection, and it almost landed our number 1 spot, but there is one just above it. Let's get to it now.
Alrighty, it's number 1.
Sometimes a bourbon comes along that just completely knocks you off your feet, and so stumbled on this by accident.
That's what we're sipping on right now.
And I gotta tell you, I am so happy that, so true story. I walk into the store, I look behind the counter, and I said, wait a minute, what's the price tag on that? It was at MSRP. Which is about 120 bucks on this.
It's the American whiskey, yep.
This is their American whiskey, batch number 6. And I said, well, what the hell, yeah, let's buy it. And I opened this, I poured it. Before I even tasted it, the smell was just so beautiful that I said, either I'm in for the greatest disappointment of my life when I taste this, or this is going to be just about as perfect as it gets. Let's do that. Let's just show it to him.
This is what we're sipping on.
Shall we rub it in everyone's face? Because this is a very difficult one to find, and we got lucky. This is a unicorn. We totally understand that.
Locon and Delaware, right?
Yeah, from what I understand, look, all the old Carters are just absolutely dynamite, and we have not been able to get one yet. This is the first time we've been able to find one.
Love that.
But let me tell you something. No matter what comes out at the end of 2021 when we do our top 10, it's going to take one hell of a beast to bring this puppy down, because this is simply one of the best whiskeys, if not the best, that I have tasted in a long time. And a lot of people say their whiskeys are even better than their bourbons and ryes. Haven't tried the latter two, but I can tell you right now, this is just gorgeous. So
absolutely fantastic. I don't know what it would take to knock us off at number 1. It would take
it's going to be a beautiful bourbon.
If it does, that means 2021 is amazing.
And you know what though? That's the fun part. I can't wait to try the second half of the year just to see what happens. So we got a lot more on the way. Tell us what you think the top
so far
bourbons, whiskeys, American whiskeys and ryes of the year have been so far, and we'll compare. We'll talk about. We'll see what we think.
Please.
We'll compare notes, because honestly, all of these are great pours, but we know that there's been a lot of other great stuff that's been released so far, and we'd love to banter back and forth and see what you guys think. Final top 10 will be coming December, holiday season. But until then, if you like what you see from 21090, please Hit that subscribe button and click that little bell in the corner. It's going to let you know every time we got a new video coming out. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Untappd. We go live every Tuesday night. Little beer reviews, little whiskey reviews, some rock and roll to go with it. We give away swag, merch, all kinds of good stuff.
And whiskey.
And whiskey, yeah. And thank you to all of you who have been donating to the channel. We are beta testing the applause button, so we thank you for that. So we can keep bringing you good content. But in the meantime, we're going to sip on the last of the...
you give me any more?
No, I told you in the last video I was going to do any more. So you were lucky you got this for this pour. But anyway,
old car.
So far 2021 has been a hit. Check back in December to see what we think from top 10.
Cheers, guys. Wow. Love it.